Hello everyone and welcome to this new webinar session. Today we are going to introduce our Master in Hospitality, Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So we have a couple of guests on the line, including Marie-France Derderian, our Program Director. Hello Marie-France, how are you today?
Hey, I'm fine. I'm so happy to be with you. I'm very exciting.
Great. So perhaps you want to tell us a bit more about your experience, your background.
Sure, of course. So I worked during 17 years in business school in France. I joined Lyon 3 years ago, 2 years and a half exactly. And I'm fond of love about business development, innovation, entrepreneurship. It's fantastic to create some new products, some new offer that can very helpful for the people and bring them to the market. So my experience is well balanced between being a consultant, because I have my consultancy company, and being a program director because I love academics. So basically, I love to learn, I love to transmit, and I love to create.
Right. Do you mind moving the slide so we can also see?
Yeah, sure.
What you're telling?
So I'm pleased to introduce Rosa. So hello, Rosa. How are you?
Hi, Marie-France. I'm good. How are you? How's everyone?
Hi. So I'm happy to you can join us. So Rosa is coming from Cambodia, and she's a fantastic student, very smart. She holds a bachelor degree in Switzerland hospitality management school, and now she joined Lyon, and she taking class for this week is the end of the first semester, and she will share with you her experience about the first semester. So, what about oops?
So we also have Olivier, another student who is supposed to join us. He has some issue joining us, but he will be there very soon. So you can ask a question directly to our student later on after the presentation. Also later on, we will have some more panelists. So Ruth, Puhr and Macdonald, they are our specialists in remote learning. So as you know, we had to adapt with the current situation. So they will tell you all about our current remote learning options and other flexible options. And we will also hear from Jacquie Lutz from the Career and Internship team. So I will just leave the floor to Marie-France to tell us more about the master program, and then we will talk about flexible options. If you have any question, you have a chat box on your screen. Feel free to ask all of your questions, and we will answer them at the end. Marie-France, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, Laurie. Thank you for everyone to be with us. So first of all, why should you go to and what should be better educated with a master degrees? Master degrees is now standards. Bachelor was a standard 10 years ago or 15 years ago, but now master degree is a standard. So it's great for you to think about master degrees. So the main difference is about bachelor's is to help you to become more knowledgeable about operation. And then you have every equipment to be able to operate a business, to operate a restaurant, a hotel, but you are mainly dedicated about operation, which is crucial, of course. And bachelor degree and master degree is more dedicated about management. So if you want to take responsibility, and then you will be able to acquire what we call soft skills. Because you have to manage people, you need to improve your communication skills, you need to analyze the situation, you need to be able to work on strategy. So meaning you have to critical thinking as well. So master degree is very important now, and taking into consideration that more and more people, because this is also the generation, the new generation and the millennials, they would prefer to be entrepreneur. They would prefer to be freelance. They would prefer to be their own boss, their own manager, because they want that their life makes a sense. So taking into consideration this new change regarding society and regarding what's happening in the business, it's tremendously important now to be better educated, to have a bachelor plus a master. So master is dedicated, as I mentioned, about management, critical thinking, soft skills, and being your own manager if you wish one day. Taking into consideration the master, I would prefer to give you my vision about hospitality, innovation, entrepreneurship, rather than to read the slide. Could be a little bit boring for me and a bit boring for you. So what about the challenges of hospitality industry? We have 3 challenges. The first challenge is hospitality should be more personalized. Second challenging, hospitality should be more digital. And third challenge, hospitality should be more sustainable. That was the 3 challenge 1-2 years ago. Now, due to COVID situation, everything is become very complicated. It's complex because hospitality is becoming fragmented. Now, for hotel owner or restaurant owner, you must have more activities to be able to make the same turnover. So if you want to do business and you're a restaurant owner, you need still to have your restaurant because it's still your core business. But in addition, now you need to have a partnership with Uber Eats and delivery food player. You need to start your catering activity and delivery food to business and company and company. You need also, let's say, to innovate and to have food trucks. If your guests are not able to come in your hotel or in your room, you need to go towards to your audience, to your guests. So it's become more and more complex because for each activities, you need to build each business models and you need to analyze each revenue streams. So if you have more revenue streams, you can make more money, but of course you expect to have the same turnover with less resources, more digital, more technology. You have to add a QR code, and it will be the same for hotel owner. Hotel owner is not anymore a real estate player. Hotel owner now, you have of course your core business with your business traveler or leisure traveler, but now you need also to add on different activities such as co-working space, because if your core business is foreigner and the border are closed, your hotel is empty. So you need to attract local people in your property. So you need to develop different activities to have a well balance between foreigner and between local people and domestic business. So you need to add on maybe, let's say, co-working space. You need to add on, let's say, and to have a partnership with a yoga teacher for yoga lesson for your local people. You can add on mixology courses with a bartender, or wine tasting, or chocolate. So meaning you need to innovate, meaning you have to create different activities to be able to survive. So that's the big lessons of the coronavirus. So this is exactly what you can learn in this kind of master. It's come to my mind a very interesting example. So I am in touch with a company in Switzerland, and they are manufacturing mattress. Of course, you can imagine they have a department dedicated to hospitality and hotel owner and hotel industry. So rather than, instead of to buy mattress, hotel owner, they can rent mattress. So this is connected mattress. So you have some sensors, you have some chips inside the mattress. And when you are more than 2 hours, you are lying on the mattress, then you have to pay one night. Meaning, if your hotel is empty, you don't have to pay for the rent of the mattress. That's innovation. Innovation is not only product innovation, it's not only technology innovation. For sure, you will learn in this master blockchain, virtual reality, big data, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, because now it's tremendously important to include all this digital technology in your strategy. You need to know more, you need to get more information about your guests before they arrive in the lobby, before they arrive in the front desk. So if you know that I love coffee, you have to put a coffee machine in my room and I will be very happy. And the experience and my experience in the hotel will start very, very, very. So that's basically what we can call about innovation in hospitality and entrepreneurship. So now I just told you what's innovation, and thanks or due to coronavirus, there is a new vocabulary such as I mentioned, co-working space, working from home, staycation, delivery food, and so on and so on. So new business, new offer, new product, new business model. And in this master, you will learn all the tools, all the equipment to be able to create this new business and product. So the design is pretty much the same as my colleagues. It's 1.5 years. You have to start with semester 1, semester 2. All of them are on campus or online. And then semester 3, it's about BRP, what we call business research project, or internship. So I will go deeper, and I will give you a lot of detail about design and the philosophy, the DNA, the goal, and the course, the curriculum, and the master. Well, semester 1. Semester 1 is dedicated to create a new business, to expand your business, startup creation process. So basically, you will start with a couple of modules here dedicated to hospitality and the new normal of hospitality. Exactly what I mentioned some minutes ago about complexity, about the different activities, about the different business model, about the different revenue streams, because that's the deal. You need to increase your revenue streams. So then you have also a hospitality operation, because you need also, we have some people joining the master, they are career switchers, so they need to be better educated about hospitality. And food and beverage, but one more time, it's with innovation angle, such as how you can create new concept about food and beverage, new concept of restaurant, new concept of bar, for instance. Then after the couple of courses dedicated about hospitality and the new hospitality and complexity of hospitality, as I mentioned, fragmentation of hospitality, we will go through entrepreneurship and innovation. So here you have some tools dedicated about creativity. Creativity is not only brainstorming and what we call also innovation. Innovation could be, of course, innovation product, but innovation in management, innovation in services, innovation in offer, and so on and so on. This course will be taught by a gentleman coming from Berlin. As you may know, Berlin in Germany is a capital of innovation. More than 50% of startups in German startups are based in Berlin. So the ecosystem of innovation is really, really important. So once you have all the tools to create a new business idea, the big important point is to be able to find if you have a market. Because you can be genius, you can have a fantastic idea, especially when you sleep very badly. But the most important, do you have any market? What are the size of your markets, your potential market? What is the size of your market? I love to see the example of e-scooter. 5 years ago, nobody knows what e-scooter was. And now you can find electronic scooter everywhere in the world. All megapolis, all capital, all big city in the world, they have the same problem. They have traffic jam. They have congestion. So if you have a big idea, if you have a great idea, you need to be sure, 100% sure, your idea is able to solve a problem. What kind of problem do you want to solve with your idea? How many people have this problem? How much money they are ready to put on the table to pay to resolve their problem? And once you are able to reply to all these questions, then you can start to think to create a company. But you need a good idea, but that's not enough. You need to have a market. You need to solve a problem. You need to know what is your target, who has this problem, and if this problem is affordable for them, if it's too early, or if it's too late, or if it's too expensive. So that's the question, and that's the tool you will learn in this module: creativity, design thinking, business model identification. Then you need to have a governance and compliance strategy. If you have a good idea, if you have a market, if you have a business model, meaning you know how much money you will do and with whom, what will be your core target, you need to be clear enough to have a clear vision of your business and a clear mission of your company, and you need to be compliant. This course, for instance, this is something I would like to share with you in the next slide. This course will be taught by a gentleman coming from Ritz-Carlton in Geneva. And he can explain what about the governance from Ritz-Carlton, of course, and traditional hospitality, but also you will learn more about governance from startup with what we call OKR, Objective Key Results. This new governance methodology has been created by Google in Silicon Valley, and all startups in Silicon Valley have this kind of governance. So in this master, this is a well-balanced how you can learn from startup environment, because the way they operate are completely different, but also you have also to learn more about governance in traditional hospitality, because traditional governance in hospitality is you have a family business, you have a hotel owner, and you have operator. Ritz-Carlton in Geneva, it's the perfect example. So the Hotel de la Paix has been owner, it's a German family, if I remember, or Swiss German family, but they are not the operator. The operator is Ritz-Carlton. So you need to be able to create and to build the governance between the third-party operator and between the family owner of the property. And the last part will be protecting your brand and your business, intellectual property. If you have a good idea, you need to protect your brand. It's very important. So that's the first semester, and Olivier and Rosa, they already took class, all of this module, and they will be happy to share with you their experience with their courses. But as I'm used to say, it's just 1% of the potential success of your company. Creating a business is great, but the big issue, which is extremely difficult, is execution, implementation, your good idea on and to the market. I'm used to say that this is exactly why a company such as Apple is really successful. You think that Apple is an innovative company and dedicated on innovation? Not at all, not at all. Apple, it's a marketing company, it's a device company, it's a product company, it's a service company, all over the world. But still, the best knowledge they have, the best expertise they have is to buy innovation from startup at early stage and to implement innovation to the market. That's the big important part. So implementation, it's the most important things, and this is what you will done in second semester. I'm used to say that if you have a good idea, Don't be arrogant. Don't think you are alone to have this good idea. We are 7 billion people on Earth. Don't imagine you are alone to think to this good idea. Maybe there are 50, 100 people all over the world, they have the same idea like you. But maybe only you will be able to implement this good idea, because it's difficult to find sponsor, it's difficult to find a banker, investor, to find customer, to find employee, and to have interaction with all this ecosystem of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneur is the best job. You are creating something for helping people and environment. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So basically, you have a course dedicated about marketing and big data, because you need to know better about your core business, what could be your core target, and you need to know more about your core customer. Then you need to move to sales and contract negotiation. What about your strategy? It will be licensing, it will be franchising. You have to decide. Pricing, what will be the revenue management with the KPI. Very important courses, it's about digital technology and big data. You need to integrate the digital technology. You need to know more about, as I mentioned, augmented reality. You need to make some priority, because you cannot buy all technology and you cannot implement all technology. So after this course, digital technology, of course, you will never become an engineer. That's not the goal, that's not the purpose, but you will be able to deal with tech people. You will be able to understand tech environment. You will be able to have some strategy in your digital technology. That's very important. And a very important course, it's about cross-hacking. Cross-hacking, it's about your strategy on social media. Even if you are a star Michelin, highly recognized all over the world, you must visible on Instagram. Instagram, food is topic number 2. So even if you are a star Michelin, you are on Instagram. So what about your budget? Do you have to put money on influencer Instagram? Do you have to put your money on Facebook Live? What about your strategy on social media? You have to do that. You have to know that. What about fundraising and financial strategy? If you decide to expand your business, what do you have to do? Do you have to make a joint venture with one of your competitors? Do you have to acquire your competitor? Do you have to start from scratch? What's the strategy? And you will work on case study. And the 2 last course will be about merger acquisition, family business, and sustainable development. What about your waste food management? What about your water scarcity? What about your carbon footprint? What about social entrepreneurship? So all these courses are tremendously important. Second semester is very intensive as well, because you have a field trip and you have innovation fair. I'm used to say that academic course curriculum, you will learn academic skills. Thanks to field trip, you will learn more about professional skills, because you will meet professional. I will tell you more in 1 second. And innovation fair is what you have to apply from the course, academic skill you acquire, and professional skills you acquire thanks to the field trip. That's the philosophy. It's block teaching, meaning you have 1 course per week, and all teachers are, it's basically it's a 90%. It's about visiting lectures. They are coming from the business. As I told you, they are coming from Airbnb. They are coming from Group Accor. They are coming from Ritz-Carlton. They are entrepreneurs. And this is exactly what I would like to highlight. Alexandre Davin, it's your teacher for digital technology. It's a serial entrepreneur, and he has already he has already created 5 startups. He's French, but coming from Germany, living in München for 10 years. Johan, as I mentioned, is the director of sales of marketing Ritz-Carlton. Frank Koenig, it's a colleague from our sister school, Les Roches. He was a director of hotel in Dubai, and now is a senior lecturer. Stanislas Helu is a Glion alumni many years ago, and he is now head of supply Europe at 157. Previously, he was a regional marketing manager of Airbnb. So all of them, they will bring to you their knowledge. They will bring to you their experience. And when they propose and when they offer a business case, it's not a business case that's happened, took place 5 years ago. It's now. This is some business case they have to solve now in their current business. Innovation fair, this is what I mentioned, a project you have to create from A to Z. It's very easy to work on a team, to work on group work during the course module, because you have to work 1 week, 2 weeks, and then you have to change the group work, and you have to execute another business case for another course. But working all together for 5 months, it's not a walk in the park. It's another story, because it's long and because it lasts long time, and then you probably have some conflict. You probably some external event, unexpected thing could happen. The project can change. The stakeholder can change their mind as well. So innovation fair, you have to work with a partner, with a business partner or not. You have to decide the perimeter of your project. You have to fundraising, you have to find a budget, you have to find money, you have to do everything. You have to create your marketing material. You have to sell tickets. This is your startup. This is your classroom project. So this is excellence. This is great for you because you can try, you can fail, you can try, you can fail. And this is the best way to apply exactly what you learn during the first semester and during the second semester. So basically, innovation fair is student empowerment. Business field trip. The main goal, as I mentioned, this is the second pillar of this master, is to learn from professionals. So we have the opportunity to visit a different company. We visited in Berlin Delivery Hero. So this is kind of startup. They have been created in 2011, and today it's 22,000 people with 26 different brands all over the world. So it was incredible. We were last year in Delivery Hero in Germany, and last year when we visited them, they have 200 open positions, and they told us, come on, we need students like you. We can offer you a permanent job. We can offer you visa. You don't need to speak German. We can help you for lodging. So it's great to learn from this skyrocket company. It's incredible skyrocket company. Then we visited N26. It's an online bank. One more time, you can join this kind of company, delivery food online bank. You can acquire new skills, and then you can move to a more traditional hospitality business. It's very important for you to acquire innovation from different industry, from different business. Because if you want to renovate hospitality, you have to see and you have to watch and you have to identify what's happened, what are the best practices in other industries. We visited Wilkins Avenue, which is an augmented reality company dedicated for and virtual reality business dedicated for entertainment, for retail, and for hospitality. We visited Airbnb in Paris, and at that time it was very strange. It was weird. They told us that their turnover increased drastically thanks or due to the yellow jackets coming to Paris for union and so on, and they constantly lodging to Airbnb. Clé Group, it's a family business with a different hotel in Paris and different parts. We visited a Star Michelin chef, and we visited, I don't remember which was this company. It was, oops, let me check. It was, we did this year, of course, a field trip in Switzerland because of the coronavirus. And it's important for us to be, to have a safer and closer field trip. But anyway, field trip, it's about visiting a huge and a big diversity of company. As you can see, it was online banking, it was delivery food, it was a fine dining restaurant, it was augmented reality, it was Airbnb, it was family business. In Switzerland, we visited a company have been created 215 years ago. It was the 5th of generation, and it was incredible to see how you can put in place innovation in a very old lady company, 215 years. So it's very interesting and diversified, but I'm fully convinced you can learn a lot from different environment. And I think, oops, I don't know how we can move to the next slide. Oops. Okay, so now I will let the floor to talk you about flexibility and the different way of taking class in this incredible master. Could be only face-to-face because we have students, we are on remote, but students are on the campus. Could be remotely, or it could be 100% on remote. I will let the floor to Ruth or Mike. Yes, no?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Macdonald. I manage education technology here at Lyon, and I'm here today with Ruth. Ruth, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello there. My name is Ruth Puhr, and I'm head of teaching and learning development at Les Roches, so the sister school of Lyon. And Mike and I work very closely together to make sure that the remote learning experience and the high flex learning experiences are very positive for any students who are not able to come on campus.
Excellent, thanks. Marie-France, could you flick forward just one slide? That would be great.
This one?
We're going to talk. Just the next slide, that would be great.
Okay. This one.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's where we'll start. So I think one of the main things we want to talk about is remote learning and online learning. Now, these definitions, they can be used interchangeably. Before, what was in the past, we'll say, was online learning. And we've got lots of experience doing online learning. It was a lot of high quality content, a lot of videos were getting produced. If you could share that slide, that would be great, Marie.
Oops.
So in the online learning, there's lots of high quality media content, and we had a carefully curated learning journey. So we had lots of learning designers designing your learning. But on the flip side of that, online learning in the past was very distant. Yeah, you had to communicate using text. There wasn't any live connection opportunity. So what we've done moving into this new world of remote learning, we've learned a lot. And I think every education establishment in the world has learned a lot over the past 12 months. And we're now in this new world called remote learning, which some people call online learning, but for our definitions, we call that remote learning. And we're trying our best, and we're taking the best practices from online learning, and then we're putting it into our new remote learning thing. And when we were doing that, we came up with kind of 3 guiding principles of design. Yeah, we were thinking about maximizing our connections with lecturers, with visiting lecturers, because there's a lot of visiting lecturers on, with industry experts. So we want to make sure that our students have as many connection opportunities as possible. So when you're learning, if it is in a remote environment, you can still go into the Teams environment and you still have connection with lecturers, visiting lecturers, industry experts. and they'll give you a lot of work and activities to do. They'll deliver a lot of content for you. And what's likely they'll do after that is put you into breakout rooms to discuss and have connections with other students. I mean, it's a master's course, so we're trying to develop analytical skills. We're trying to develop presentation skills so you can have these connections with the students. So that's one of our things. So you have these connections with the students, you jump back in to the main lecture hall, and then you discuss stuff like that. So one of our major guiding principles is maximizing connection. Another one, because you're remote, you're not distant, but you're remote. We want our virtual learning environments to be consistent. We need to know that you know where you're at. So we design all the learning so you're given frequent feedback and you can see what the activities are doing, when you're meant to be doing it. We're trying our best not to overwhelm you. Yeah. So everything will look the same, but there's lots and lots and lots of different learning activities that you can do when you're in our learning environment. And we do that with our third guiding principle, and that's sort of developing high quality media where appropriate. Yeah, so we're giving you media rich activities to do. We're leveraging digital tools when we can, but only when it's appropriate. Because remember, these are master's level, and it's important for us that we help you develop your analytical skills. We help you communicate with each other, and we're doing that. But we are using digital tools. We are using our Moodle platform to help you communicate, and we're putting it all together. But I think that's our three guiding principles when we're coming to design. Maximizing connection, so you can connect with lecturers and students. Consistency, you know where you're at. And then the high quality media aspect. So we kind of try and make it as fun and as interactive as possible. Yeah, so I think that was the main aspects from this slide that we wanted to get across to you. I don't know if Ruth, if you've got anything else to add on this, or you just want to jump to the next one.
That's good. Let's jump to the next slide. Okay, so let's think about HyFlex a little bit. This is a new concept that emerged in higher education. It had been around for a little while, but is relatively new, emerged really importantly in the summer of 2020, when we realized that some students would be able to get on campus and others wouldn't. And how could we harmonize and bring those students together into one big learning community where the students on campus would learn alongside students who were learning remotely and joining their classes live using MS Teams, and then another group of students who maybe because of a time difference might need to catch up on this learning later. So what HyFlex does is it offers us the flexibility to have 3 different groups of learners learning alongside one another in the same course. And we can do this while ensuring that the learning objectives are achieved for all students and that all students have the same access to both faculty on the one hand and other students on the other hand, students who may be in the same mode of learning as them, on campus or remote in another time zone, or students from across those different groups. And this really gives students choice. And what we noticed with students back in spring 2020, when we learned so much about remote learning, is that students really appreciate choice. They appreciate being able to come on campus if they can. They appreciate having access to a recording of a class if they can't attend for whatever reason, and we want to maximize that choice for students. And of course, we're also aware that the situation is in constant flux at the moment, and a student might plan to come on campus and then not be able to, or may be on campus but then find themselves having to self-isolate for 10 days. And so this HyFlex option offers us a constantly shifting series of options for the students in their fluctuating circumstances of the moment. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So we're going to pass over to Jacquie now, who would like to talk to us about career choices, I think.
Hi, Jacquie, can you hear us?
I'm just putting my camera on. So, so here I am. So I'm delighted to be here with you today. My name is Jacquie Lutz. I'm head of Career and Internship at Lyon. And I'd like to share some information with you about career possibilities, because obviously that is one of our great concerns and one of your great concerns coming to do a master's right now. So let's look at our career services. Obviously, we are a career department, and when you will have a lot of interaction with us, which you would in any case, whether there's a COVID situation going on or not. So what our department always does with the students is very carefully introduce them to the career possibilities, to our career portal, which is an online portal where we have all our the database of all our contacts, all our employers, all the offers, all the students and their CVs, which we will help you to produce and make sure that they are very professional and very career ready. So that is our online job portal. And what else do? We obviously guide you in writing your motivation letters, preparing your interview techniques, guiding you on LinkedIn, showing you how to create a professional profile that is ready to face the world of work. We have workshops with you and one-to-ones, mock interviews, etc. All this we do on a regular basis. Now, what are we doing specifically in the current circumstances? We really do understand the importance of professional guidance and getting you ready for the world of work. So there are certain challenges at the moment, and we understand that. And we want to give you a little bit more. So we are offering to all our students, coming in March, the opportunity to, hang on, the slide has changed.
Oh.
Could we go back to this slide? Thank you. To take some psychometric testing, okay? So this will be in a module that is, sorry, can we go back to the other slide that was on originally? Right, so we're talking about the remote students and indeed non-remote students who would have some personalized service, particularly personalized with the online profiling, the online psychometric profiling, which will give you added insight into who you are as a professional, to help you to open up and explore your own potential and to really understand which is the best career path for you. So this is the online psychometric testing that we've set up for you. It's going to be very exciting, and this will be done in conjunction with our department and with all the other support that you will have in terms of CV support, and interview support, etc. We also have a recruitment day every year, twice a year, every semester, which last semester we moved online, and usually it was a face-to-face on the campus. We had to move it online for obvious reasons, as all events were prohibited, and so we went and had an online event, and it was very successful. We had around about between 70 and 80 companies came to present to our students. We had over 1,000 students participating and a lot of interaction done on that day. And we will be doing this again. We are happy to announce that it is taking place again in April in the online context. And we have some even better improvements that we've managed to negotiate with the provider. So there will be some added features for that online recruitment day, which will take place and which all our students, whether they are on campus or externally studying remotely, will be able to participate in. Also, you will become very quickly part of our alumni organization, which gives all students who are still on campus even access to an alumni organization, which consists of over 15,000 members. And if we can move to the next slide now, we will talk a little bit more about the special offer that is being held with the alumni. And this will obviously give you access to the job opportunities on that site, so ready for when you graduate or when you're looking for your internship, and obviously those amazing contacts. One special feature that we have coming up for you is to get you matched with a special mentor. So this will be your mentor. This is offered to every student who will be joining the program in March, because we really do understand the importance of not only our own internal guidance, but professional guidance. So from people who are living and working in the industry, who are going through the different difficult circumstances right now, and who want to share that with you and want to be able to guide you through the profession. They're in the same professions as you, the hospitality services, those kind of also industries that Marie-France has talked to you about in terms of innovation, startups. And we have a lot of exciting and international alumni, and not only alumni, for you to connect with on an individual basis, so that you can share your concerns, your worries, and these people can help to guide you. They can help to talk about your career plan, your career choices. You can share doubts, you can share successes. Hey, you know, it's not all about troubles and troubled times. We have successes out there, and you will have successes. And these are our connections that maybe last for the semester, maybe they last for many years. You know, mentors are someone who you can rely on to go back to, even years after you've built that connection, and go back and ask them professional questions in the future. So I think you can see from the slide on our mentors, just what exciting possibilities there are for you there. And that is all I have to share with you today. I'm obviously available for questions afterwards. I'll hand back to Laurie.
Great, thank you, Jacquie. So it's already a lot of information. So we are not going to go into details regarding the entry requirement and the application process. So the entry requirements are on your screen right now. If you have any specific question about the fees or the application process, or you really want to take a step further and apply, I recommend you to go on our website and to fill a contact form. You will be then in touch with one of our counselors, and they will be able to guide you. It's very personal, it's a one-on-one advice. You all have different situations, you might all have different questions. So again, if you have any question about that, we won't be able to answer them during the Q&A. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left. So I hand over to our audience. If you have any question for any of our panelists, so perhaps our panelists can put the camera back on. I will turn mine off so everyone has a space. Right, so you have our program director, Marie-France, our student, Rosa, Jacquie, expert in Career Internship, and Ruth, my co-expert in remote learning. So you just have to hit your question box. First question, I believe it's going to be from Marie-France. For those who would like to start their own hotel brands, which program is more suitable, this program or the program in hospitality management?
Sorry, I cut my microphone. The question is about brand hospitality, right?
Launching your own hotel brand. So which launching program would be best?
Okay, I think it's better to watch and to listen about the two curriculum, but for what I understood, international hospitality business program is more dedicated about operation in detail. I'm not sure if they are talking about launching a brand, but definitely in this master we are talking about how we can launch a brand. So I don't want to talk about the master I don't know very well. So definitely this master, entrepreneurship, innovation, hospitality, you can learn about the three different components. And in entrepreneurship, you have to learn how to launch a brand.
Thank you. If you want to learn more about the Overmaster, there is another webinar session tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Exactly. I think it's great to compare and then to have your point of view, and we are ready for question in a private video call if you wish. Up to you.
So next question, are the internship paid?
Well, we're an international school. We have contacts with employers all over the world. The answer is to that, some are and some aren't, I'm afraid. So there's no there's no specific rule. It really depends on the different legislation in place in different countries. For example, in France, it is impossible to do an internship that is not paid, and there's a very specific sum and salary that is regulated closely by the government. The same is true in Switzerland. The same is not necessarily true in Thailand, where you don't necessarily need a salary, because in general, lodging will be provided, food will be provided, a small amount of pocket money will be provided. There isn't, in certain areas, a lot to spend money on. So generally, everything is taken care of. You will certainly not get rich on an internship, but you will probably get by.
Thank you, Jacquie. The next question is about remote learning. How do you manage a different time zone?
That's a good question. I'll probably give my take. We certainly look at all the time zones from all the students, and we try our best to accommodate them. But a lot of these master's courses have small cohorts, so it's relatively straightforward for us to manage them and give sessions that suit the time zone. If it doesn't, then we record all the sessions, and all the sessions are available for recording.
You know? Thank you, Michael. Now there's a question for Rosa. So, Rosa, do you enjoy your master program? First question. Second question, what are the main... Oh, I'm not sure what does it mean. So perhaps, Hugo, you can just explain the second part of the question, and Rosa can tell us if she's enjoying studying the master program.
Hi, thank you, Laurie. Yes, so this master program has been very interesting. It's not what I've expected, actually, because normally you think of master's program as this traditional theoretical, like how do you say, like experience of your life, but then when you get here, the way that the master's program is taught is very hands-on, and at the same time it's the people here are amazing. I think we have about 16 nationalities within like 31 students, so it's about being able to manage like diversity and being able to respect these abundance of culture. And this is one of the beauty of coming to study in Switzerland, because we know that we are almost like the home to like hospitality teaching and all of that thing. So it's just amazing to be able to meet all of these amazing people that you know that will help you succeed in the future. The network that you will get from the lecturers, from the guest speakers that you get from the masters are amazing. And personally, if you're looking, I will be completely honest with you, if you're looking for a traditional master's where you're looking for theory that is going to bring you like to some, like if you want to become an engineer and you think that this master's is going to take you to that, it's not that, but it will give you all of the fundamental people that will help you get to the point where you want to get to. I don't know if that is a good answer.
That's a pretty good answer, Rosa. Thank you. So the second part of the question, it's more for Marie-France. So what are the selection criteria to be accepted into this master?
Well, I mean, the selection criteria is exactly for the, oops, let me check. So this is a criteria. So this is a master level entry criteria. And to my point of view, the main criteria, it's about your entrepreneurial mindset. I mean, what about your vision? What kind of life would you like to have? Would you like to change the world? Are you passionate by something, music, sports, or so I'm taking care about your personality, because entrepreneur, it's very tough, and you need to be resilient, you need to be perseverant. So your personality, your soul is very important. So I want to know if you are a doer, if you are a maker, if you are ready to be very dedicated to your study, if you want to take a leadership role in the classroom. So exactly like Rosa told you, it's not a master for passive people or passive listener. I would say consumer of knowledge. To give you an example, my vision about this course, a typical course in this master, it's about 30% theory from the teacher, 40% case study, working in group all together, as Rosa told you, with different nationalities, and 40% class discussion. So you need to be very active and proactive. That's very important for me.
Thank you, Marie-France. I don't see any other questions coming, so I will just give it a few more seconds for our audience. I believe we gave a lot of information already, so they might need to digest all of that. If you have any more questions after this session, you are more than welcome to go on the website. There's a contact form where you can ask any questions. You will also be able to see the recording of this session on the website, on the program page. It should be updated by the end of the week. Okay, they are all saying thank you. So I guess it is time to close the session. Thank you to all our panelists today. I know it was a very long session for you. So thank you for sticking until the end of the session. And to our audience, wherever you are in the world, I wish you a lovely day, a lovely evening, a lovely night. Thank you and bye-bye.
Non, elle dit au revoir.
Bye bye. Thank you.